Pittsburgh Steelers undrafted rookie Max Hurlman has officially gone from a camp tryout nobody to a preseason star. Well, movie star, that is. The 5'11" UDFA out of Notre Dame and Colgate, Hurlman, has been steadily on the rise over the past few weeks, and he's not only caught the attention of head coach Mike Tomlin and the fans. He's getting noticed by teammates, too. Maybe it's because of his chiseled jaw, or possibly because he can do his own stunts like a backflip in full pads after scoring a touchdown. Veteran Steelers beat reporter Mark Kaboly began a feature post on August 12th, revealing, whatever the reason is, Steelers rookie Max Hurlman has been saddled with quite a unique and interesting nickname. His teammates call him Tom Cruise. It's not just Hurlman's uncanny resemblance to Cruise that's turning heads around Pittsburgh. The undrafted rookie has really been grinding to earn a spot on the 53-man roster, or the practice squad. According to Kaboly, the latter is now a real possibility. It will be an uphill battle for Hurlman to make the 53-man roster, even though his versatility is an asset that Tomlin values, Kaboly admitted toward the end of his piece. A practice squad spot, however, is quite attainable for Hurlman. The rookie's most likely path to usage is special teams, and that was an area in which he excelled in college. At Notre Dame, Kaboly noted that Hurlman led the Irish in special teams snaps with 252. And before that, he was named the top special teams player in the Patriot League. The standout rookie also plays running back, wide receiver, and cornerback, along with taking punt return reps and being one of the better coverage special teams guys, per Kaboly. Max Hurlman impresses in Steelers' preseason debut. Sure, it was only preseason week 1, but Hurlman proved that he's a true NFL talent when he took the field against the Jacksonville Jaguars on August 9th. Hurlman's rise continued in the first preseason game last week against the Jaguars, Kaboly wrote on August 12th. Hurlman played 51% of the snaps on offense. The only skilled player who had more was tight end J.J. Galbraith, and added 5 special team snaps that resulted in an athletic tackle on a punt. The UDFA also caught 2 of 4 targets for 29 yards, including a 3-yard touchdown and a backflip reminiscent of an action hero stunt a Cruise film might attempt. Although Hurlman was not given the opportunity to return a kickoff or punt, nor was he handed the football for a rushing attempt or utilized at cornerback, he still had a notable night. Hurlman may not make the Week 1 roster at the end of the day, but he'll certainly have the full attention of Yinzers everywhere over the final 2 weeks of the Steelers' preseason. Nobody is going to work harder than Hurlman at Steelers camp. Kaboly's entire feature on Max Hurlman is very well done, including quotes from Hurlman himself and those who know him. Having said that, there was one more nugget that stood out. Nobody is going to work harder than Hurlman, Kaboly relayed. He is one of the first on the field every day, and on this particular hot, late afternoon after a 2-plus-hour practice, on August 11th, the field was void of players for some time before Hurlman ultimately called it a day. Hurlman spent an extra 20 minutes after practice working with the quarterbacks, working on his route running and catching countless balls from the jugs machine, the beat reporter explained, adding, "This has been routine for Hurlman." That hard work paid off once again at Steelers camp on August 12th, as ESPN Steelers beat reporter Brooke Pryor awarded the biggest hustle play to Hurlman for a rip of a would-be INT away from Daryl Porter for a TD. On Wednesday, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers took a short trip on a quintet of buses from their current hotel to Gessling Stadium on the Carnegie Mellon campus. They had already taken care of the longest leg of the trip on Tuesday when they flew from Tampa to Pittsburgh for a week of remote work that is going to include a joint practice with the Steelers on Thursday afternoon and a preseason game between those two teams on Saturday night. In all, the Buccaneers were 875 miles away, as the crow flies, from their usual training site when they stepped onto the grass on Wednesday morning. A smattering of Carnegie Mellon students stopped to watch the accident from atop a small incline, but otherwise the Bucs were in their own little world, and that would be even more true when the team got back to its hotel for meetings, meals, and film study. Head coach Todd Bowles said the trip has the potential to draw an already tight-knit roster a little bit closer. At times, when the situation presents itself, he agreed, it gives the guys a chance to bond. It still builds chemistry and culture that way, and you can get some work done at the same time. A light rain was falling as the Bucks arrived at Gessling Stadium, and the forecast indicated it was likely to turn into a steady downpour over the next 2 hours. Instead, the Bucks got fortunate as the drizzle stopped after a few minutes and never returned. The team practiced on artificial turf and in shells instead of full pads. Those go on Thursday when the Bucks and Steelers square off, and got in 2 hours of solid work. Practice was good, said Bowles. It isolates us kind of like old school camp when you get away for a little while.
The plays were fine.
We'll be in pads tomorrow, so today was kind of fast for the liking. The rain held off for us, so it was pretty good. The Bucks' only preseason road trip, and the extra days spent in Pittsburgh, also gave the team an opportunity to prepare for regular season games on the road, and all they entail. Since the AFC teams are at home for all the 17th games this season, the Bucks and the rest of the NFC teams will have 9 road games this season, compared to just 8 at home. I think it's very important to rep stuff like that, said wide receiver Jalen McMillan. Away games during the season are very pivotal for us, and that's when we have to capitalize on things, so we're just getting used to traveling together and just doing things outside of the box. It's been cool, it's been chill. Definitely not relaxed. We're just finding ways to adapt to schedules and the weather. Just getting ready for the season. It's Wednesday, which means it's time for a weekly Steelers Links roundup at BTSC. But first, let's take a look around the AFC North. Now, onto some Steelers news and discussion. From ESPN's Brooke Pryor, that's something that this time of year is perfect for, to move around to get comfortable. What's that? It's not about winning every single rep and having to be on the left side and having to get everything mastered on the left side. It's about trying new things and moving around. We just have so much depth. I'm sure we'll have some cool packages and some new stuff for you guys to see. While we've yet to see what the final result will be, the hype around TJ, what transforming his game entering his age, 31 seasons seems to be real. This feature from ESPN does a good job breaking down some contextual statistics around what's usage so far in his career. The other big question mark surrounding what the season, can the aging speed rusher continue to win with quickness? Or will he need to add more power to his arsenal in 2025 and beyond? From USA Today's Ayrton Osley quoting the Pivot podcast, all the essence of what football is about, he emphasizes it, Ramsey said. Toughness, being well-conditioned, it ain't no gray area. It's black and white. This what we about around here. Were y'all tough today? Were you well-conditioned? Were you running to the ball? Were you on your alignment, your assignment, your technique? Like, it ain't no excuses. It remains to be seen what Jalen Ramsey will look like in the Steelers' defense, but one thing is for certain. He's bought into Mike Tomlin's philosophy with the Steelers. From Yahoo Sports' Andy Backstrom, the Schutt Air XP Pro Q11 LTD didn't meet the league's new safety standards, so Rodgers has been practicing in the Schutt Air XP Pro VDD2. To say he's ticked off about the wardrobe change would be an understatement. I don't like it, no, Rodgers said Tuesday, per ESPN. I'm trying to change. We're in the process still. It looks like a damn spaceship out there. Rodgers' favorite helmet is banned per the NFL's new safety standards, and the veteran quarterback is not happy. While it's unlikely to result in Antonio Brown levels of drama, it's still a situation to watch ahead of Week 1, as Rodgers has said that, we got to change it. From Steelers.com's Mike Presida, that's these crazy guys in the locker room. And the relationships and the friendships and the pranks and the trips down to Meadows over here, which is a great custard spot in Latrobe, shout out to Meadows. Just all those little things that make this game so special. You know, when I meet up with our former teammates, we don't talk about the stats. We don't talk about the games. We talk about the inside jokes. We talk about the pranks. We talk about the road trips. We talk about the connection points, the parties that we had, the Thanksgivings that were hosted. This whole feature from Pursuta is a worthwhile read if you're interested in Rodgers' philosophical thoughts on where he's at in his career or his custard recommendations in Latrobe. While the trials of the regular season haven't started yet, Rodgers seems to be enjoying his fit as a Steeler. From Steelers' SI's Noah Strackbine, according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, teams are monitoring a potential trade of Hill, who has had a bumpy road with the Miami Dolphins. I have talked to a few teams who are at least monitoring his future a little bit, Fowler said on SportsCenter. As Strackbine points out, while there are no official reports of the Steelers showing interest in Tyreek Hill, They've done their due diligence on most other big-name receivers on the trade market, from Brandon Ayuk to Terry McLaurin, the latter occurring even after the DK Metcalf trade. Beyond that, the Steelers already hammered out a blockbuster deal with the Dolphins' front office earlier this year. It's not fire. It's barely even smoke, as the Dolphins reportedly still aren't interested in trading the star receiver. But it's a situation worth keeping tabs on. Should the Steelers be interested in Tyreek Hill? While I wouldn't be surprised in the least if Omar Khan made a phone call to Miami, I don't think the Steelers should or currently do have much interest in trading for Hill. For one, the vibes in Miami this offseason have been horrible. Head coach Mike McDaniel has gone as far as saying it's great to be another day closer to death, and adding a player who's publicly been at the center of much of that team drama seems like a bad idea for a Steelers roster that already has a number of explosive personalities. He's also 31 years old and coming off his first non-1,000-yard season since 2019. Add all of that with a $27.7 million cap hit that would require a lot of finagling to fit on the Steelers' payroll this year. It balloons to nearly $52 million in 2026 with an out of $15 million in dead cap, and the draft compensation it would take to add the veteran wideout, and it immediately becomes a risky and likely ill-advised move for Pittsburgh. Hill would be a vast improvement at wide receiver, taking that position from a weakness to perhaps the Steelers' biggest strength. But Pittsburgh shouldn't spend that much to add another aging veteran, especially one who comes with Hill's baggage. Should the Steelers have any interest in adding Tyreek Hill?